Okay, ang topic natin ngayon is for circuits. So this is circuits or circuits 1. We will have Ohm's law. So bago tayo mag-discuss ng Ohm's law, simulan muna natin sa concept of resistance. So ano ba yung resistance? So resistance is the ability to resist current, right? So halimbawa, meron tayong current flowing, let's say sa isang wire. So meron pa rin yung resistance, okay? Although there is a current flowing, meron siyang tinatawag na resistance which is the ability to resist current. So we represent yung resistance na yon by a resistor. So ano yung symbol ng resistor? So ganito ang symbol ng resistor, zigzag line. Yan. Tapos may dalawa siyang terminal. Okay, so this is, let's say, R. Ito yung resistance, R, and it is measured in, so yung resistance ay measured in ohms. In honor of Georg Simon Ohm nga. Measured in ohms or in symbol omega. So let's say ito yung ating resistor. Meron tayong magfo-flow na current I. Then magkakaroon din tayo ng, let's have voltage across that resistor V. So alam naman na natin yung concept ng voltage tsaka current doon sa past video tutorials natin. So kung hindi nyo pa napapanood, link ko na lang sa description. Okay, the resistance of any material with a uniform cross-sectional area, A, depends on A and its length, L. Okay, halimbawa, ano yung formula natin sa paghanap ng resistance? Halimbawa, meron tayo ditong material. Yan. Let's say a wire. Okay? So, meron siya baling cross-sectional area. Ito. Let's say capital A. Cross-sectional area. Tapos, meron din siyang length. Let's say ito yung length niya. L. Okay. Tapos, meron tayong tinatawag na resistivity. So, let's say itong material na to, meron siyang resistivity. So, depende sa material or element. Let's denote by rho. So, alam natin yung cross-sectional area, it is length times length measured in meter square. Yung length natin measured in meter. Tapos yung resistivity, this one is ohm meter. So given the cross-sectional area of a material and its length together with its resistivity, anong formula ng resistance? So yung resistance R is equal to the resistivity times the length divided by cross-sectional area. So, depende na lang sa material yung magiging resistivity niya. So, yung mga conductors natin such as copper, aluminum, mababa lang yung resistivities nun, di ba? Meaning yung capability to resist current. Kasi nga, mga sila, mga conductors. 'Di ba? Kasi yung conductors allow current to flow easily. Kaya mababa yung resistivity. Kapag yung mga insulators naman, yung mga paper, mica, mataas naman yung resistivities nila. Okay, actually meron tayong list. Meron tayong list of resistivities for common materials. Sige, sulat natin. Resistivities of common materials. So let's have the materials: silver, copper, aluminum, gold, carbon, germanium, silicon, paper, mica, glass, Teflon. Some examples of materials, and then yung resistivity nila, resistivity measured in ohm meter. So sa silver, it's 1.64 times 10 to the negative 8. Sa copper, 1.72 times 10 to the negative 8. Aluminum, 2.8 times 10 to the negative 8. Gold is 2.45 times 10 to the negative 8. Carbon is 4 times 10 to the negative 5. Germanium is 47 times 10 to the negative 2. Silicon is 6.4 times 10 to the second power. Paper is 10 to the 10. Mica is 5 times 10 to the 11. Glass is 10 squared. Teflon is 3 times 10 to the 12. So, arrange in increasing resistivity. Right? So, pinaka resistive si silver, 1.64 times 10 to the negative 8 ohm meter. Ito yung pinaka high resistive, low resistive. Si Teflon yung pinaka high, 3 times 10 to the 12 ohm meter. So, di ba itong simula dito sa silver hanggang carbon, yan ay mga conductors. Tapos, germanium, silicon, ay mali. Si carbon pala, hindi kasama. Hanggang lang tayo, gold. Si carbon ay na siya eh. So, carbon, germanium, silicon, semi-conductor. In between conductor and insulator naman, simula kay paper hanggang Teflon. Okay, so yan. Ito yung resistivities of common materials. So, pwede nyo itong i-take note. Or bibigay naman yan usually sa exam. Kapag nag-exam kayo, possible ibigay naman kapag pinahanap yung resistance ng isang material, depende kung ano siya, silver, copper, aluminum, pwedeng ibigay naman yung resistivity. Okay? Yan. So ngayon, alam na natin yung concepts or formula for finding the resistance. Paano naman yung relationship ng resistance tapos yung current and voltage? Yun yung Ohm's law. Ohm's law states that the voltage V across a resistor is directly proportional to the current I flowing through the resistor. So yung illustration natin dito, so given a resistor with voltage across that resistor R equal to V and current flowing I, so ang relationship natin will be by Ohm's law. Sabi, Ohm's law states that the voltage V across a resistor is directly proportional to the current I flowing through the resistor. So voltage is directly proportional to the current. Tapos, kailangan natin ng constant of proportionality. Yung constant of proportionality natin is the resistance. Okay. R is constant of proportionality. Diba kapag ratio and proportion, meron tayong constant of proportionality. Ibig sabihin, or dito dapat siya, huwag niyo isama sa proportionality equation. R. Therefore, kapag ginamitan natin ng equation, voltage is equal to constant of proportionality R times the current. So ito yung Ohm's law. V is equal to Ri or V is equal, pwede ring IR. IR na lang. So from this equation, pwede nating ma-derive yung other form ng Ohm's law. So pwede ring, kung isosolve natin si I, bale divide both sides by R. Therefore, I is equal to V over R. Kung isosolve natin si R, bale V is equal to IR, divide both sides by I. So R is equal, cancel ito, V over I. So alam na natin yung unit of measure for volts, right? Ano yung unit of measure for volts? So V dito is the voltage measured in volts, capital V. I is the current measured in ampere or capital A. And then R is the resistance nga. Resistance measured in ohms. So ano yung unit natin for 1 ohm in terms of voltage, in terms of volts and ampere? Bale, kung meron kang 1 ohm, so R is equal to V over I, di ba? Dapat meron ka ring 1 volts, 1 volt over amp. 1 volt over 1 volt per amp is also equivalent to 1 ohm, right? Okay. Tapos, kailangan din natin i-apply dito yung passive sign convention, ha? So, kung yung current natin is nag-enter dito sa positive, so dapat lang talaga na yung current is mag-enter sa positive kasi our resistor is a passive element. Lagi siyang nag-a-absorb ng current. Okay? Pero depende rin sa circuit. So dito, dito sa illustration natin kanina, if the current enters the positive, so V natin should be positive IR since the current flows from the higher potential positive to the lower potential negative. Pero kung babaliktarin mo, copy na lang natin. So, magiging V natin is negative IR. Kasi, nag-flow ngayon yung current from the negative potential going to the positive potential. Sabihin, baliktad. Halimbawa, nag-probe ka dito ng multimeter. Kung ang pinrobe mo, nilagay mo yung positive dito sa baba, yung positive probe, tas yung negative probe dito sa taas. Kasi dito sa nakalagay na polarity, ang masusukat nung ohmmeter mo is negative. Okay? Kasi opposite dun sa dapat na direction ng current. Dapat palagi kapag resistor, since it's a passive element, it flows from positive to negative. Para lagi siyang absorbing power. Absorbing power. Diba kapag positive power, passive sign convention absorbs power. Kapag negative power, delivers power. Okay, so apply pa rin natin yung passive sign convention dito. So, yung value ng R natin ngayon can range from 0 to infinity. Diba? Yung resistance can range from 0 to infinity. Sabihin, pwedeng pinakamababa niya 0, pwedeng pinakamataas niya is infinity. So, hindi natin alam, pero napakalaking resistance, ibig sabihin. Tapos yung within, pero pwede rin natin gamitin yung Ohm's law dun sa extreme values. Sa minimum resistance, saka sa infinite resistance. So, kapag 0 ohm resistance, so if R is equal to 0, ibig sabihin nun, para lang siyang wire. Instead na lagyan nyo ng symbol na zigzag line, pwede nyo siyang i-consider as a wire na lang or short-circuited siya. Short-circuited or gawin nyo na lang siyang wire. Ibig sabihin R niyan is 0. So kung R mo is 0, applying Ohm's law, so meron ka pa ring dadaloy na current I, tapos ito yung voltage mo plus minus. 'Di ba? Voltage is equal to IR. So ano yung magiging value ng ating voltage? Kasi automatic na 0 si resistance, 0 ohm. Bale, V is equal to I times 0 equals 0. So palagi, if R is equal to 0, voltage is 0 volts. So kahit anong value pa yan ng current. As long as naka-short circuit tayo, parang short circuit, 'di ba? Kasi naka 0 ohm yung resistance natin, 0 volt palagi. Kahit ano pang value mo ng current yan. Actually, mataas yung current dito. Kapag nag-approach ng 0 yung resistance, 'di ba, yung current natin is equal to V over R. So kung yung limit ng V over R as R approaches to 0, or wag na pala kasi naka-0 naman pala tayo. Sige. Kasi inassume pala natin na 0. So wag tayong gumamit ng limit. Okay, basta tandaan nyo kapag yung resistance natin is 0, the voltage will be 0 or short-circuited siya. Okay? Next, paano kapag yung another extreme na infinity? So if R, let's say, approaches infinity, so pwede naman nating i-consider siya na open. So ito ay short, ito ay open. So R dito is approaching infinity or equals infinity. So ano naman yung magiging current? Current naman is 0. Tapos ano yung voltage? Yung voltage kahit anong value. So 'di ba ang Ohm's law natin is V is equal to IR, or kapag sinolve natin si current, I is equal to V over R. So kung mag-a-approach si R natin ng infinity, sabi napakalaking value, tapos at any value ng V, any value of V over R, limit niyan as R approaches infinity, ano yung value ng current? 0, di ba? Imagine mo yung isang constant sa taas, tas napakalaking value sa baba. Mag-a-approach to 0. Kaya 0 yung current. Kasi open circuit siya, so walang dadaloy na current, palang tatagos lang yung current natin. Okay, hindi siya magfo-flow. So yan yung concept ng short and ito ay open. Sige, yung short circuit, define natin. Short circuit is a circuit element with resistance approaching 0. 0 ohms. Kapag open circuit naman, so kabaliktaran is a circuit element with resistance approaching infinity. Yan. Tapos, pwede rin nating i-consider yung kung meron tayong resistance, meron din tayong conductance. Kabaliktaran ng resistance. Conductance naman is the ability of an element to conduct electric current. Conduct electric current. Tapos, ang unit of measurement natin dito, binaliktad na na ohm. Measured in, 'di ba ano yung resistance? Ohms. Baliktarin mo yung ohms. Mos. Measured in mos. Or binaligtad lang din na omega. Pero pwede rin siyang Siemens or Siemens. So Siemens na lang siguro or capital S. Conductance is the ability of an element to conduct electric current. So kapag kinuha natin yung equation ng conductance, sige G. Let's denote this by the symbol capital G. So inversely proportional siya sa resistance. So reciprocal ng resistance, conductance is 1 over R. 'Di ba? Ano ba yung resistance natin? Yung resistance natin in terms of the Ohm's law ay V over I. So 1 over V over I or I over V. So therefore, ang equation natin relating the conductance of a material with current and voltage is conductance G is equal to current over voltage. So, ibig sabihin, pwede rin nating ma-solve si I. Ano si I? Cross multiply si V, conductance times the voltage. Tapos kapag sinolve natin si V, V is cross multiply si G, I over G. Cross multiply dito si V, pataas, cross multiply dito si G. V is equal to I over G. So ano ngayon yung 1 Siemens? So 1 Siemens is equal to 1 current ampere, capital A, over voltage V, volts. Yan. So alam na rin natin yung formula for the power, right? Ano yung formula sa power? Power P is equal to the product of the voltage and the current. So P is the power. Kung i-represent natin yung formula ng power using the resistance, bale P is ano si V? V is equal to IR, right? So pwedeng power is I squared R. One formula. Kapag in terms of resistance and voltage naman, bale P is equal, so si V retain, ano yung value ni I? R, I is mali. V over R, right? Which is magiging power is V squared over R. Okay, in terms of conductance kaya, so, di ba V natin for conductance is I over G. So, I over G times I. In terms of conductance, power is I squared over G. Paano kapag in terms of conductance and voltage? So, retain yung V, pero yung I, in terms of conductance and voltage, it's GV, right? So, V times GV, power is V times GV, V squared G. So, dito sa equation natin, palaging positive tong power kapag considering yung resistance. Kasi naka-squared yung current times, ay alam naman natin, ang resistance hindi pwedeng mag-negative yan, di ba? Eh di palaging positive, positive lagi yung power. Ganon din sa V squared over R, kasi naka-squared si V, positive palagi, over the resistance na laging positive din, puro positive. Kaya nga by passive sign convention, di ba? Laging positive yung power. Kapag positive yung power, absorbing. So palaging nag-a-absorb ng power si resistor. Sige, so solve tayo ng mga sample problems. So ito yung mga concepts natin. Apply natin sa sample problems. An electric iron draws 2 amps at 120 volts. Find its resistance. Madali lang, di ba? Ano ba yung given? Draws 2 amps, current yon. 2 amps. Tapos 120 volts, edi voltage 120. So ano yung hinahanap? Resistance. 'Di ba yung resistance is equal to voltage over current. So voltage is 120 volts divided by the current, which is 2 amps. So ano yung resistance natin? 120 divided by 2, 60 ohms. Okay. Next, the essential component of a toaster is an electrical element, resistor, or a resistor that converts energy to heat energy. Electrical pala, sorry. That converts electrical energy to heat energy. How much current is drawn? Drawn by a toaster with resistance 10 ohms at 110 volts. So, ang given natin, resistance. Ang resistance natin, 10 ohms. Tapos, yung voltage is 110 volt. Ang hinahanap is yung current. Okay, by Ohm's law, current is equal to voltage divided by resistance. So, ang voltage natin is 110 divided by the resistance which is 10 ohms. So, yung current ay 110 divided by 10, 11 amps. Okay. Next, problem number 3. In the circuit below, calculate the current I, the conductance G, and the power P. So, simple circuit lang. So, this is the current 5 kilo ohm resistor plus minus voltage 30 volts. So, hanapin daw natin yung current. Ang given kasi sa atin, yung voltage across, circuit na siya kasi may na tayo, closed loop. So, 30 volt DC source connected across the 5 kilo ohm resistor. So, paano hanapin si current? Current is again voltage over resistance. Ang voltage across this 5 kilo ohm resistor is 30 divided by the resistance which is 5 kilo ohm. Yung 5 kilo ohm, diba, that's 5 times 10 to the 5 times 10 to the third ohm. So, 30 divided by 5 raised to 3. Okay, 6 milli. 6 milliamp or 6 times 10 to the negative 3. 6 times 10 to the negative 3 amps. Kasi pag 10 to the negative 3, milli yan, di ba? 6 milliamps. Okay, the conductance naman, so yung conductance, G, given tayo ng resistance. Diba, conductance is 1 over the resistance. So, 1 over, resistance is 5 times 10 to the third. So, milli ano yan? 1, 5 raised to the third. 2 times 10 to the negative 4 or move nyo yung decimal place kasi that's, diba, 2, 0, 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Move nyo, 0.2 Siemens. So, 0.2 millisiemens. Okay. Next. Paano naman yung power? Power. Okay. So, yung power, marami tayong formula. Power is VI. Diba? Pwede. So, meron na tayong current. Meron din tayong voltage. Or kung gagamitin natin yung resistance, tsaka yung voltage, pwede rin, V squared over R, pwede rin I squared R, pwede rin conductance, V squared G, or I squared over G. So ano na lang, yung given na lang natin. 'Di ba? Yung given is V squared tsaka R. Though nakuha na rin kasi natin tong mga, let's say yung current, nakuha na yung conductance. So based na lang tayo sa given, V is 30 volt square divided by resistance 5 kilo ohm. So 5 times 10 to the third ohms. So bali 30 squared V squared over 5 times 10 to the third ohm. Ilan yan? 30 squared divided by 5 times 10 to the 3. Okay. 0.18. 0.18 watts. Or pwede remove nyo yung decimal point 3. Magiging ilan yan? 180 milliwatts. Diba? 180 milliwatts. Next. Problem number 3. Number 4. For the circuit shown below, calculate the voltage V, the conductance G, and the power P. So same lang, pero ang ginawa, ang circuit natin ngayon ay current source. DC current source naman. So, bale yung current na magfo-flow is yung value ng current source. Okay? Ito yun. Hanapin natin si V. Paano hanapin si V? Ito yung resistance, R. So, V is equal to IR, Ohm's law. Right? So, current is 2. Pag 2 milli, 2 times 10 to the negative 3 amps times 10 kilo, 10 times 10 to the third power. Di ba magka-cancel lang yan? 2 times 10, 20. 20 volts. So, 2 raised to negative 3 times 10 raised to 3. 20 volts. Next, ano pa? Conductance. So, yung conductance naman natin, kasi given tayo ng resistance, 1 over R ulit. So, 1 over the resistance, which is 10 kilo ohm. 1 over 10 to the third. Okay. 1 times 10 to the negative 4. 1 times 10 to the negative 4 Siemens. Kung gagawin natin in terms of milli, pwedeng milli or, sige, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Diba? Pwede mong gawing milli as 0.1 millisiemens. Gusto mo gawin mo ring micro. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 100 micro Siemens. O, kahit ito na lang. Sige. Next. Ano naman yung kanyang power? So, gamit yung formula na, kasi ang given is yung current, tsaka yung resistance, base natin na lang sa given, I squared R. Right? So, ano yung I? 2 milli. So, 2 times 10 to the negative 3 amps quantity squared times the resistance, which is 10 kilo ohm. 10 times 10 to the third ohm. So, ilan yan? Gamitan nyo ng calcu. So, 2 raised to negative 3 squared times 10 raised to 3. Okay, 0.04 watts. Okay, or gawin nyong milli, pwede rin. Move the decimal point tatlo. 1, 2, 3. 40. Pwede rin, diba? 1, 2, 3. 40 milliwatts. So, kahit 0.04 na lang. Okay, next. Problem number 5. A voltage source of 20 sine pi t volts is connected across a 5 kilo ohm resistor. Find the current through the resistor and the power dissipated. So, ano yung given? Voltage source, 20 sine pi t. So, meron lang ginamit na trigo. V is 20 sine pi t volts. Tapos, yung resistance, R, is 5 kilo ohm. Find the current and the power. So, yung current is V over R, which is, so 20 sine pi t divided by 5 times 10 to the third ohm. Okay, etong sine pi t, iaano nyo na lang yan, susulat nyo na lang siya sa gilid. Ang mahalaga is ito. Yung coefficient na lang nung sine pi t. So, 20 over 5 times 10 to the third. Okay, 4. 4 times 10 to the negative 3 or 4 sine pi t milli. Kasi 10 to the negative 3 milli amps. Yung milli, yun yung times 10 to the negative 3 sa calcu. Tapos yung power, di ba? Power is equal, so pwede nating gamitin si V squared over R. V squared over R. Kasi given tayo ng V tsaka ng resistance, voltage and resistance. So 20 sine pi t volts quantity squared divided by the resistance 5 kilo. 5 times 10 to the third. So distribute nyo to, bali 20 squared sine squared pi t divided by 5 times 10 to the third. Okay, edi ito lang yung mahalaga dyan. Okay, ito, yung sine squared pi t, kopyahin nyo na lang yan. Yung pinaka-coefficient ni sine na lang, sine squared. So, 20 squared divided by 5 times 10 to the 3. Okay, 0.08. Kapag ginamit, di ba, 0.08? 0.08 sine squared pi t watts. Or kung gusto nyo, gawin nyo tong 0.08, move the decimal point at 3 places, bali magiging 80 milli. So, pwede ring 80 sine squared pi t milliwatts if you want. Next. Five, 6. So, 6 tayo. A voltage, mali. A resistor absorbs an instantaneous power of 20 cosine squared t milliwatts when connected to a voltage source V is equal to 10 cosine t volts. Find I and R. So, ang given naman sa atin, ang given is yung power. Power is equal to 20 cosine squared t milliwatts. Tapos, yung voltage is 10 cosine t volts. Find I and R. So si I, using the formula P is equal to V times I, bali current is equal, divide both sides by V, power divided by voltage. So ano si power? 20 cosine squared t milliwatts divided by 10 cosine t volts. So milli pa rin to, milliamps na siya, right? Ito na lang i-simplify natin. Cancel nyo itong cosine t kasi naka-squared tong isa sa taas. May cosine t ka pa rin. Tapos 20 divided by 2, divided by 10, 2. So, 2 cosine t milliamps. Okay, next. Paano naman si resistance? So, ang given kasi sa atin is P and V. Diba ang relationship natin, power is equal to V squared over R. Okay, edi ang gagawin natin, cross multiply dito si R, cross multiply dito si P, V squared over P. Right? So, V natin ay 10 cosine t volts quantity squared divided by the power P, which is 20 cosine squared t. So, 20 cosine squared t milli. Parang pag ginawa nyo siyang in terms of power of 10, 10 to the negative 3, right? Aangat ngayon yan, magiging kilo. Pero simplify muna natin, distribute itong 2 na exponent, 10 squared cosine squared t volt squared divided by 20 cosine squared t times 10 to the negative 3 watts. E di magiging cancel na to, cosine squared t. Bale, 10 squared over 20 times 10 to the negative, na lang. So, 10 squared over 20 times 10 to the negative 3. Ang unit natin, volt square over watts, resistance, ohms. Yan na lang yung input nyo sa calcu. So, 10 squared divided by 20 times 10 to the negative 3. Okay, 5,000. Or 5 kilo. So, 5,000 ohms or 5 kilo ohms. Okay, gets? Sige, next. Problem 7. The voltage across the 5 kilo ohm resistor is 16 volts. Find the current through the resistor. Ito, madali lang. So, ang given natin is yung resistance 5 kilo ohm and then yung voltage is 16 volts. Hanapin daw si current. Find the current. The I is equal to voltage over resistance. So, voltage is 16 volts divided by resistance 5 times 10 to the third power. Kilo eh. Okay, so ilan yan? 16 divided by 5 times 10 to the third. Okay, 3.2, 10 to the negative 3 milli. 3.2 milliamps. Okay. Problem 7, 8. Find the hot resistance of a light bulb rated 60 watts, 120 volts. So, hanapin natin yung resistance. Light bulb daw na may rated siya at 60 watts, 120 volts. E di, yung formula lang natin sa power, ang given natin is the power which is 60 watts Tapos yung voltage is 120 volts. Pag hinanap natin si resistance, power is V squared over R, right? Cross multiply si R, cross multiply si P, R is V squared over P. So substitute, V natin ay 120 volts squared divided by power 60 watts. So 120 squared V square divided by 60 watts. So ano yun? 120 square divided by 60. 240 ohms. 240 ohms. 240 ohms. Yan. Problem 8. 9. A bar of silicon is 4 centimeter long with a circular cross section if the resistance of the bar is 240 ohms at room temperature. What is the cross-sectional radius of the bar? What is the cross-sectional radius of the bar? A bar of silicon is 4 centimeters long with a circular cross-section if the resistance of the bar is 240 ohms at room temperature. What is the cross-sectional radius of the bar? So yung formula natin kanina, so let's say ito yung silicon. Silicon, may cross-sectional area daw, circle. Ano yung length niya? Yung length ay 4 centimeter. Ang hinahanap, tapos given pala yung resistance mismo, R. R is 240. Ang hinahanap yung radius nito, nung cross-section area. Let's say ito yung center radius. Ano ba yung formula natin kanina doon? R is equal to resistivity times the length divided by the area. Ano yung area kapag circle? Cross-sectional area daw is circle eh. Diba area is pi r squared? Sige, plug in natin. R is equal to resistivity length divided by pi r squared. Ang kailangan natin yung radius. Cross multiply si r squared. Cross multiply si r. Bale, r squared is equal to rho L divided by pi r. Tapos get the square root. So r is the square root ng rho L over pi r. Given ba yung L? Yes. Given ba si R? Yes. Yung resistivity. Magre-refer nga, hindi binigay. Magre-refer tayo sa binigay ko sa inyong list. List ng value of resistivity. Diba silicon? So silicon has resistivity of 6.4 times 10 squared ohmmeter. So take note natin. Dito na lang. So resistivity ng silicon ay 6.4 times 10 to the second power ohmmeter. Yan. Sige nga, plug in natin. Square root ng ano yung resistivity? 6.4 times 10. 6.4 times 10 squared meter, ohmmeter times length. Ano yung length? 4 centimeter. Yung centi, ibig sabihin yan, 4 times 10 to the negative 2. 10 to the negative 2 meter, di ba? Divided by pi. Then R, which is 240 ohms. 240 ohms. So, makakancel natin dito si pi. Tapos, magiging M times M. So, bale, input nyo lang sa calcu, 6.4 times 10 squared times 4 times 10 to the negative 2 divided by 240 pi. Lalabas ngayon yung M. Kasi M times M, M squared, in-square root mo, magiging meter. Okay, input nyo sa calcu yan, square root ng fraction 6.4 times 10 squared. Ay, mali. Ba't ko ginan? Ulit nga. 6.4 squared times 4 raised to negative 2 divided by 240 pi. Okay, approximately 0.1843 or 184.3 millimeter. Sige, 0.8143 meter. Next, problem number 10. Calculate the current I for the circuit below when the switch is in A position 1, B position 2. So, meron lang tayo daw ditong switch. So, 3 volts, 100 ohms, ito yung 1. E di for A, kung nasa position 1 yung switch, ito yung mag-on. So, magkakaroon ka ng current. Current is voltage divided by resistance. So, yung voltage is 3 divided by resistance, 100 ohms. 3 over 100. Okay, 0.03 or pwede siyang Move the decimal place 3 to the right, 30 milliamps. Kapag sa position 2, so mapupunta naman dito. Okay, ito yung gagana. Magiging closed circuit siya. Ohm's law pa rin. So, I is equal, ganun pa rin. So, voltage divided by resistance. So, yung voltage natin, 3 volts pa rin naman, divided by the resistance, which is 150. 150 ohms. So, 3 divided by 150. 0.02. So, 0.02 amps, or move the decimal point 3 to the right, magiging 20 milliamps. Okay na, no? So, nakasolve na rin tayo ng 10 problems na rin yan. Okay, so ang na-discuss natin ngayon is Ohm's Law, yung paghanap ng resistance, tapos yung relationship ng resistance, voltage, current, short circuit, open circuit, even yung conductance, tsaka yung relationship na rin with power. Ayun. So, sige. Hanggang dito muna. Tuloy natin ang next topic for circuits 1. This is circuits. Abangan nyo sa next lesson natin, ha? Basta follow kayo dito sa account natin para manonotify kapag meron tayong video tutorial. Subscribe na rin kayo sa ating channel. Sige, God bless sa studies. Engineered Math channel, subscribe kayo and click the notification bell para ma-update kung meron tayong new upcoming video tutorial. Okay, sige. God bless everyone. Padayon, future engineers. Bye-bye.